So I've been lifting for 10 years. I started when I was 15. It was like my all-time passion, but at the time, all I knew was that you're supposed to eat tons of dairy and tons of whey protein, and you're supposed to eat all these protein supplements. And so about 1 or 2 years into it, I started getting really bad cystic acne. It was all over my face, and I just didn't know what was causing it, but it was eating all that dairy and all that meat, all those hormones and everything like that. So eventually, I figured it out, and so for now, it's almost 4 years. I'd say 3.5 years I've been vegan, and by taking out the dairy, it really improved my acne, and from there, I just took everything else out. Everyone always asks, though, does it change how your performance is in the gym? Can you still work out as hard? Can you still retain the strength or gain strength the same way? And do you still bulk and gain the same amount of muscle? And can you still retain that muscle when you're trying to get shredded for a competition? All those things are yes, you can still do everything the same way. I've still been able to bulk up to 220, 225 pounds. I did my first competition all vegan about 2 years ago, and I was able to compete at just slightly higher weight than I did the previous competition, but with lower body fat, and it was all vegan.
So I started bodybuilding and getting into fitness about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. And it was a very traditional bodybuilding diet that I was on. I was eating tons of meat. I'm half Brazilian, half Norwegian. Both of those countries are super meat heavy, like most countries. So I was eating a lot of animal products. And I was gaining weight, I was putting on muscle, developing really fast. I was really happy with the progress. But then 3 years later, 3 years into my training, I stumbled across the film Earthlings, which is an ethical movie about the animal industry and the practices, and it really, shocked me to the core. And I accepted the truth, and I decided right there and then to go vegan, and have never looked back ever since. I was scared of losing muscle, scared of losing strength, and everything like that. But I just accepted the risk just to give, this a shot because of all the cruelty that is happening. So it was definitely worth it because, eventually all my fears turned out to be just myths. I didn't lose any muscle. I didn't lose any weight. I was increasing real fast in the gym. And I'd say, obviously like when you start working out, your transformation is bigger. But considering like I switched after 3 years of hardcore training, considering that I've progressed so much, after that is mind-blowing on a fully plant-based diet. So, like I've gained a lot of weight since going vegan. There are videos and pictures and everything online for people to check out, but the transformation is amazing. And that just proves to me without a doubt that a plant-based diet can be optimal for bodybuilding as well. There is no disadvantage.
So my background is typically a very meathead style diet. I used to eat sort of like 2 tins of tuna a day, lots of chicken breast, lots of eggs, sort of like 5 whole eggs a day. So my transformation for me has been more of a mental thing. Physique has definitely improved. Noticed far more separation and far less bloating, holding far less water weight, and just looking better and feeling better. So a lot of it is, you obviously look better on the outside, but the way that you feel like you're fueling your body, just much more efficient. But also a mental change as well. I just feel like now I'm doing it right, and before I was sort of, I was adhering to maybe what society thought I should eat. You have to eat this to build muscle, but now I'm doing it a different way. It just feels like this works for my body and I feel better. So yeah, so I've been vegan for almost 3 years now. In terms of the transition, it didn't take long at all. It was just like, right, here are the macronutrients I need to fulfill. These are the plant-based foods I'm going to be using, and that's it. It's literally just swapping one for one and then making sure that you're hitting the same numbers at the end of the day, and then you're good to go. The training for me started to improve as soon as I did that as well. I felt like my cardiovascular health improved. Also just able to go for longer in the gym as well without fatiguing quite as easily. So noticing those results so quickly off the bat was just motivating for me to continue with the lifestyle, and it's been almost 3 years now.
Because I first started lifting weights when I was about 17, and I never really stopped lifting weights, but I just progressively got a little bit better with every time I went to the gym. But it really didn't take off until about 4 years ago when I went vegan. I went from vegetarian to vegan, and I gave up dairy products. That was the only thing I was eating at the time, and I noticed right away how much of a difference it made in my recovery time, in my muscle soreness, in the way my digestive system felt. And from there, it was almost counterintuitive that I was becoming bigger and stronger in less time than when I was vegetarian, because I was always told that you need more protein to build muscle and to become a bodybuilder. And what I found was that it was the complete opposite. As soon as I started consuming more quality protein and less of it, I saw results a lot quicker. So I basically started from an average, I'd say a little bit above average weightlifting career, and I decided to do a bodybuilding show just to really test myself and see if I could push myself. As a vegan, especially, there's so many misconceptions that you can't be a bodybuilder, you can't be an elite athlete, you can't build muscle, you can't compete with non-vegans, and I wanted to prove it to myself. So I trained hard and I did my first show and I won, and after that I was hooked, and I did about 4 or 5 more shows just to prove it to myself and show other people that you can do it. And I became a professional bodybuilder just so I could use my platform to help dispel these myths. And one thing led to another, and my competitive bodybuilding career has taken off, and I ended up on the cover of Muscle and Fitness, the first vegan ever on the cover of Muscle and Fitness, which is it's a huge accomplishment for the vegan movement, because it just exposed so many people within the fitness industry that vegans can build muscle and they can be a pro, they could be on the cover of a magazine. And that article actually got translated to about 15 different languages, so it was worldwide at that point. And I've received so much feedback from it that is just inspiring people. And even if you don't go vegan overnight, we can make a transition and we can do a little bit, we can consume a little bit less animal protein, which in the fitness industry tends to be the largest over-consumer of animal protein. So if I can reduce one bodybuilder to going vegan, or if I can help one bodybuilder go vegan, that's like converting 3 regular people. So it's very efficient to convert bodybuilders into vegans.
What's going on YouTube? Thank you so much for watching this video. It was a real honor to feature all of those amazing vegan athletes. And as you can see in the corner of my screen is some Vivo Life vegan protein powder. A lot of the athletes in this video actually consume that product every day. And I've got to say thank you to them for sponsoring this video. And if you want an exclusive discount on that product, please check out the link down below and you'll be able to get to their website and take advantage of the amazing discount. It's an amazing product. Thank you again to Vivo Life. I'll see you guys very soon.